116th Hotline. It's Sadie.
It's Valerie.
And this is Sutana, and welcome back to 116th Hotline. If this is your first time here, hello. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. We are a
Trio
of
sisters.
And we like to talk about anything and everything.
Yes.
And if you can see, we have a special guest with us.
Please introduce yourself and how you know 116th Hotline.
Yes, so my name is Ayilla, and I believe I met y'all at a Valentine's Day event.
Yes.
At the shop Umber that I was working.
Yes.
So yeah.
Shout out Umber.
Shout out to
Shout out
Umber.
Umber. We love you.
So
Yes,
we
yes.
did our Galentine's event earlier this year in February.
Yes.
And Ayala was there.
Just happened to be
Yeah,
working
just
that
happened
night.
to be working that night.
Yes.
And honestly, I feel like, you know, that was just a true statement, and like you're meant to be where you're meant to be.
I think about that every day.
Yeah.
Because
know that.
I don't know, I just felt like you had that same energy and frequency that the whole room did.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, and it was just so
Yeah.
nice having you there.
It was so cool because it was like as the event went on, it was just like, okay, all right, she's vibing with
I'm
us.
telling you, I was like kind of eyeballing you just because you were right there. But while we were doing the event and even with our little playlist, and I'm like watching you from the eye, and you were like vibing. And then like when we were doing our little speeches, and you were like tearing up. I was like, she's meant to be here. She is meant to be.
Yes.
Well, and like the energy in the room, that's something I really love. It's like people being vulnerable.
You felt that you were just so meant to be there, and we were just, like I said, I think it was like the perfect timing for all of us.
Yes.
It was.
It's so crazy because you were the only one that worked that night, and you know,
Yeah.
and then eventually in the end, we started inviting her. We're like, hey, do you want to do this? Do
Yeah,
you
we're
want to
like,
get
come eat,
a bouquet?
like, get
Go
some
eat.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that food.
It was so good.
I know.
Huh?
I was like,
Yo.
It was
Please
spicy.
eat.
It was
Oh, it was. I liked it though, and then like the green sauce, I put the biggest. Like, I just went for it.
you learned, huh? You're
I
like,
learned
oh,
quick.
it's
She
said, ooh.
spicy.
I was like,
It's spicy.
ooh. Like, that shit is spicy. But yeah, wait, can we cuss on y'all's podcast?
Yes, girl.
Great,
Can we go?
great.
So
yeah, we all potty mouth.
yeah, no,
However
all the
you feel
time.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm an artist, a singer, a songwriter, director, producer,
Okay.
whole nine, business owner, mom.
Wow, you're a jack of all trades.
Sure.
A lot of stuff.
All
A lot
the
of
hats.
stuff.
So I was listening to some of your music since I first met you, and it really gives off like, I don't know how to say it. It's like very like indie-ish, R&B-ish, like it's
Like
the type of music.
it gives me like fairy vibes.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
like
I love that.
Yeah, I was listening to her music, and like Sutana said, it really gives much like fairy.
it was
core.
very like Janae Aiko.
You know, when
Like,
I hear that music, I just want to like,
I want to roll down
I want
the
to
window.
smoke some
That too.
Some
and
ganja.
just ganja, and I just
Yes,
want to like
yes.
listen to the
greens.
lyrics, and I just want to melt.
There was
with the
one of your
music.
songs that I really liked because I personally like listening to like affirmations and like positive. There was one, I think it was a little bit older, that you did that was kind of like an affirmation one. I was like, oh my gosh.
She was literally in our group chat. She's like, guys,
guys
please
go
go
listen
listen to it. She's like, go listen to it, please.
It's just
love
like,
that.
you know,
Thank
your
you.
craft like is so beautiful, and I'm
Thank
like,
you.
okay,
It's
now
literally-
what's next? We're waiting for more.
Yes.
It's more.
Yes.
It's more. It's
So
more.
I was gonna ask you, when did you start as an artist, or is that just like something you've kind of been doing, or?
Yeah, so I would say professionally, I've been doing it for about 5 years.
Oh,
Yeah, and then I've always had a pull towards music. Like
Yeah.
in college, I was, or no, in high school, I was in choir. I mean, basketball was like my first love, actually. And then, but I actually started writing songs and practicing, like, you know, working songwriting then.
Yeah.
And then as I went through college, you know, that stage of discovery of like, who are you? And
Yes.
you get away from the house, you get away from your parents and your old friends, and you meet new friends, and you kind of discover what it is that you really love. And so I started hopping on open mics locally.
Oh my
Yeah, I would drive back from college and just like hit every open mic I could. Shout out to Cypher 120.
Ooh, shout out to
Shout out.
720.
Shout out to The Situation.
Shout out Situation.
Those are like places where I really got to figure out like what my sound was gonna be.
Are they in Tulsa?
So the Cypher 120 is an open mic that has been going on for a really long time. It is in Tulsa.
Okay.
And the Situation, I don't know if it still goes on or not, but that was at the Yeti when it was open.
Okay, the Yeti, yes.
So the open mics themselves like travel.
Oh, okay.
And
to
then,
different places.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at the time when I was doing it, I think it was at like Mixco, like underground basement type vibes. It's crazy.
Grunge.
That's pretty cool though.
It is.
It is so cool.
And it was before COVID, so like
I feel like those are the type of things that you see like you see on TikTok.
Yes.
Like
NYC.
the underground basement, like concert vibes.
Yes, that's
like,
definitely where like I figured out, okay, what, like at first I was a full blown like rapper. Like I thought I was gonna be.
She got bars.
Hey, give Satana a little bit of liquor, give her the mic. She will put on. She will search up 10 Toes instrumental.
10 Toes instrumental. You too. Come on.
I love that we all got it in. So I'm telling you,
I swear.
yeah, I thought I was gonna be like the next J. Cole. Like,
Oh my god!
I can so see that.
Yeah.
I can so see that.
Shady's favorite rapper.
Look at her tattoo. Love yours.
look,
Obsessed.
we at the right place.
Yes,
Exactly.
ma'am. See, it all comes full
We
circle.
were just talking about his new album yesterday that came out. Yeah, it's pretty good.
And we were just at his concert in Oklahoma City with him and
Oh,
Drake.
with Drake, yeah.
Oh wow, I know that was a good time.
Oh, yes, girl.
It was so good.
So good.
I'm manifesting that next feature, by the way.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
So Drake, whenever you ready.
Listening to
Yeah,
this,
Drake.
Champagne Papi.
Champagne
Come on,
popping.
hit her up.
Come on, Aubrey.
Sipping on Prosecco. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
so excited. Well, what do we have to look forward to? Like, are you working on music now?
Yeah, so I am in a phase of like putting together a really dope piece of music, like as a whole. It was gonna be an album. I think I'm gonna split it up.
Okay.
Do like an EP, a little smaller. You know what I'm saying?
Give him a little something.
Give the people what they
Yeah.
try.
You know, but yeah, I've been working on that. It's really in post production at this point, so it's like done.
Oh,
Okay.
look out for that. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
I'm excited too. It came from a space of like rebirth.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And it was a lot, and it's been a lot. Good and both on the pendulum of good and trials and tribulations and all
Yeah.
that. But I think that's kind of what makes us stronger. I know that's but it is.
Yeah.
It is
so
though.
tiring,
It really is. So like it may sound cliche.
It's
but
really like the rebirth and regrowth.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's
you're
constant.
constant. Yeah,
Constant.
constantly.
I'm so
the rest
excited
of my
for
life,
that.
I've
Yeah.
realized that I'm sure it's men too, but as a woman, I'm like, okay, there's the phase of figuring this shit out. There's the phase of knowing it, and then there's the phase of like giving it
Execution.
execution.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's a cycle, and cycles move like seasons, and they're constant.
Yes.
So like, yeah, I'm learning that there's a season where I'm recording. There's a season when I'm producing.
Yes.
There's a season when I'm giving it to the people and making videos and like not beating myself up so much.
Yeah.
About, like not producing during certain seasons.
We were just talking about that because you're the last guest of the season, and we were talking about, how we're going to take our annual summer break.
Right.
And we're kind of like thinking the same thoughts. Like, it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to have times to do stuff, and it's okay to not do stuff, or have like certain themes for certain times of the year. Like,
Just
you
like
don't have to do all at
trusting your
once.
time too.
Yeah. The
Really
timing of things, for
I
sure.
love that. So how do you juggle, like, obviously being a mom and like being a creative? Because I know we can speak from our experiences, but like for music, I feel like it's different because you have to soak up everything around you in order to create your craft. You know what I mean?
I think
Yeah.
that's
Like, how
so
do you
beautiful.
juggle
I know,
that?
yeah.
Honestly, for me, it's almost like a practice, almost like yoga, or almost like any other thing. The more you do it, the better you get at it. And
I like that.
Instead of like fighting it or trying to figure it out, and it's just like it's a dance. Really, it's a dance of okay, right now I'm in mom mode, or right now I'm in business mode, or right now I'm in the studio and I'm creating and I'm vulnerable, and it's just like this dance. And at first it was really difficult to manage so I'll go on a trip and I'm full blown artist, and then I come back and it cuts completely off.
Yeah.
I bet that feels like imposter syndrome too, like really
Yes.
bad.
So much.
Yeah.
So much. And
Oh
it's
my
really,
God.
it's so and I'm even with the practice of like getting better at it and stuff, it takes time and being more confident in it, but I feel like I'm getting better at it, but it definitely is. Some days are good and some days are bad, and some days are great and some days are shit. But but it's definitely a dance, and it's really strange. Honestly, it's a strange thing to be like full blown artist for the people all the time, and then come back and like just be mom.
You gotta be mom
That's
mode.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's strange, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's like flipping a switch.
Flipping it,
like the different roles you have to play.
You know, like in a house where they have the bracket, like the breakers.
The breakers.
The breakers.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
It's like
yes.
one of those boards where you're like flip.
Which one I gotta do now?
Does that affect you mentally?
You feel like?
Oh yeah.
Good question.
Got it right.
I
Yeah.
definitely feel like through the stage between the last project and this project was really me figuring it out, and was like, oh, I can't operate like this and it be sustainable.
Yeah.
Like, it's not sustainable. You can't operate in a space where you just, because I don't know whether it's like my upbringing or what, of like why I'm in a space where sometimes I just like take it on the chin. Like, you got it, take it on the chin. That didn't hurt that bad. Like, that's just another, it's probably like
a tough
life.
love.
We can relate to that.
Yeah.
Honestly, we can relate. We can all
Where
relate
it's
to
like
that.
just a punching bag, you know,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
eventually, but that's not sustainable.
Yeah. No.
Nope.
And
Definitely
unless
not.
you're happy, it's like the product at the end isn't going to be the best it could be if you're not happy along the way. So,
Yep.
yeah. It's
Like, you don't want to do it just to do it. Like, you want to enjoy
yeah.
the journey of making the product and doing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And like, imagine like your whole life just like, it doesn't need to be that way. You
No.
don't need to be a punching bag.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so this album is definitely like, it was a phase in between the last one and this one of undoing and really like taking a step back, like, oh shit, like, okay, some shit's gotta change if I want to be able to make it to the end of this.
Yeah.
It seems like you're kind of like unlearning old habits and old traits.
Oh yeah.
Which I know is really hard for me personally. I don't know about the other girls, but it is a hard thing to do. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
Excited to see what comes
I'm
out of
really
this.
I like I said, I love your style of music, and just like I cannot wait to hear more, because I literally listen through all of them and I'm like, okay, now she's gonna come out with something else,
It's a
because
vibe.
I'm like, come on, like I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Like, putting your music out, do you put yourself on a timeline, and is it hard for you to like not compare yourself to other people too?
Absolutely.
Good
Like,
question.
comparison is like the death of
We always say comparison is the thief of joy.
That's
Come on.
exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
and like, as an artist, a musical artist, I feel like especially music artists, like, you are the consumption.
Yeah.
You are what's being consumed.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's I definitely feel the pressure of either my fans or the internet or other artists, what they're doing, and you have to put on the blinders and like really run your own race. But it's like I definitely feel the pressure of like, what's next? Come on.
I know.
Like,
Oh my God.
and-
That's
but
gotta be
I
a
love
lot.
that though. Like,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
also love it. So
You're just
it's
like,
It's
okay,
almost like
challenge,
challenge.
like-
Yeah, like
It
it's
like
your
keeps the
drive.
fire on your ass, but at the
Absolutely.
same time, I feel like it's kind of scary because then you're like, do you ever feel like you get kind of like a writer's block, kind of like
So
with that, like with people like
Yeah.
always like expecting something? Do you feel like, oh, I can't deliver, or
I feel like for me, it's more, and I came to terms with like writer's block probably 2 years ago. I was faced with that feeling, and then I was listening to this Erykah Badu not podcast, but like interview, and she said something that like, when you're having a writer's block, it's just you have a download phase and you have an upload phase. So when you have a writer's block and nothing's coming out, that's because you need to be downloading what's around you. You need to
I
be taking
love
in
that.
Like
instead
that.
of like that pressure of, oh, I can't produce.
a product.
Right.
Yes.
instead of putting out, you need to be taking it
You need to be
in.
taking in. So
Oh,
like,
Yes, ma'am.
and then you upload.
Well, I really believe that too, because I feel like even as us as creatives, like even me, like, you know, do my content stuff, like I feel like when I'm thinking about that, like the product, nothing comes out, right?
gosh.
Then that's
You
when you
can't just
literally
think
have to, you know, get offline and
Yeah.
just like
Go
be with
be
your
with-
kids, be
yeah,
in
be
nature,
in
like
nature.
literally go around those things, and that will inspire you again.
Inspire. I was gonna say the main
Yes.
word is inspire.
Yes.
Inspire. Taking.
Yeah, the
inspiration.
presence, being present is like where you draw your creation
Absolutely.
from. So if you don't have anything to give, it's probably a sign that you need to like
take a go back.
Get your ass down. Yeah. Get your ass down.
Like slow down a little bit.
Turn your phone off, put it on D&D, go do something with nature, or like just go soak up the sun or something.
Or do the things that you like.
Yeah. And I feel like being independent too, like all of that is on you.
Yeah, for
Whereas
sure.
like we mentioned it just a second ago, like when you don't have the $300,000 budget to pay somebody to do every little thing around you, which is a blessing and will come.
It will come.
It will.
Thank
it
you.
will.
Come on. Manifestation, baby. Manifestation.
It's coming.
It will come.
It will come.
Yeah, but when you don't have that in the moment, it's a lot more pressure. You're spread a lot more thin.
Yeah, it is.
And I was just telling, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just telling the girls yesterday, we recorded this part too, but it got cut off, but about how, because whenever she first came in, I'm like, sorry, our setup is a little, it's a little wonky, janky right now. And then she goes, it's okay, like she was like encouraging me about it. I'm like, it made me think to yesterday when I said, again, from J. Cole's lyrics, like there's beauty in the struggle, If anything, for me, I look so much more at like the struggle and how like, you can look back at it later on whenever, you've gone so far. So I really, really appreciate the struggle.
Yes.
Like
I was just going to speak on that too, because you were saying like, we don't have the budget yet or the 300,000, but I'm like, you will make it, because you think about a year from now, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Literally.
And then you're literally going to be looking back at this moment, you're going to be like,
Like,
damn.
Anything that you manifest.
Man, that's been like the testament of really my whole fucking life. But I've noticed it, and I've been more appreciative of like alignment and like just having moments where it's like, what the hell? Like,
yes.
Like, okay, that was a line, that was a line, that was a line. And I keep having those experiences, and I want to keep having them, and I keep manifesting them, and and I feel like that's like the perfect time to be grateful.
Absolutely.
Appreciative.
And I feel like sometimes it's so hard to be grateful too, and like of like the things that you do have. And so it kind of goes back to where Sadie was saying, where there's like she appreciates the struggle, which I guess that aligns with gratitude, because like for me, sometimes I forget like I should be so grateful of like all the things
for what you have. Count your blessings.
Yes.
Honestly.
Well, talking about alignment, as like a musical creator, I always see like, those celebrities and stuff that are artists, and they always have like the little group with them or the little team, like, do you find yourself aligning with people that have the same, like, just like people that inspire you, that you keep around you, or like, how does that look like?
Yeah. So for me, it's been super organic. I'm not like, oh, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I've known that I'm starting to attract the right people. And I used to, when I was manifesting, I used to just manifest like earlier in my career. I've been like practicing like serious manifestation for like the last longest my career down there.
Yeah.
And when I first started manifesting, I was like, I need a manager. Like thinking that's what it was.
Right. So then you said that you've like just naturally started to gather the people that you want. Like,
well, I would say organic, but since I'm spending the time manifesting it, maybe it's not so organic. I'm manifesting that it comes organically and it's the right opportunity. So I used to just, like I said, ask for the manager. Now I ask for the right manager. I ask for the right opportunities. Not just anyone.
Not just any,
because number one, there's power in our tongue and the way, way in which we speak and think and write. So you got to be specific. And I just started manifesting like-minded people around me that, have same goals. And one of my biggest things is like, I want the people around me to be passionate about what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because it's what they love to do.
Right.
That part.
But it also plays into what I love to do.
Yes.
Yep.
So like I have a person on the team right now who absolutely loves like being a show, like booking shows. He's been doing it for like 5 years. Shout out to Underground Collective.
Shout out to Underground Collective.
Yes. And he's and we just started working together. We have a show coming up that'll be our first show working together. But one of my first shows in my career was 5 years ago with him.
Full circle.
He's been doing it for 5 years since, growing and building and doing what he loves. And then now we're coming back together, and I'm like, oh, yeah. A bit of it is organic, and a bit of it is like strategy when it comes to my own time with myself, manifesting what I want.
And that's a good balance, though.
Yeah, I think it's a good recipe for like
success.
She is.
Honestly, success.
Yes, and like the relationship with God, universe, creator, whatever it is that you refer to it is like.
We say the same thing,
girl.
This whole time that we're talking, I'm like, wait, why is she literally like
That's
us?
literally what we say.
Literally.
God, universe, like
That's
the
the
higher
exact
power.
same words. We say God, universe,
Whatever you believe in.
We literally say that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
See,
No,
it
seriously.
brings us together.
And we
Look at that.
we believe that too. It's like whatever we put out there and attract the same people with the same energy,
it comes
they
right
will
back.
come naturally.
Yeah.
Full
They will
circle.
So
naturally.
true.
Full circle.
And that's why I believe that you were meant to be there on that fateful night
Yes.
I
No,
for our
facts.
Galentines.
I loved it.
Oh, yes.
I
so
loved
glad.
it.
I'm
I
so
enjoyed
glad.
it.
I
Yes.
know.
That is so, it's like literally full circle moment. It just makes me feel so warm inside. I'm like,
I
yes,
know.
we're doing it. It's like you said, it's like you get something and then they get something, but then also you both are elevating at what you're good at.
Everybody's cup is being filled.
Yes.
We always use that analogy too.
See,
You do.
Everything you're saying, I'm like, she really is us.
We reading the same book.
All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna be Destiny Shop. And they're like, you can be part of the group. Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
I love that.
Yeah, we always talk about how it's so important to fill up your cup 1st before filling others.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's funny that you use that analogy. We've quoted that like so
All
many
the
times.
time.
We
Yeah.
do.
All the
That's
time.
crazy.
All the time.
So you mentioned that you're an artist and business owner or whatnot. Do you mind sharing about what kind of business?
Yeah, so Studio 7018. Shout out to Studio 7018.
I was there.
Yes. Book your events. Everything from
Oh, is that the place that you went to
To
do
the R&B.
R&B?
so we do like an R&B
It's
night.
a small world.
Yeah. It is Tulsa. Yeah.
Crazy. It's Tulsa.
Ah.
No, but small world for real. Like
For real.
For real.
everybody's like 2 degrees away, including Beyonce.
Yes.
Anyways, so Studio 7018.
So that's your-
Yes.
Ah,
that's
Partnered
crazy.
with, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so we do like an R&B night, we have karaoke night, and then we're open for all bookings, weddings,
Okay.
baby showers,
Yeah.
churches, events.
Is it
whatever.
pretty big space?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty big.
it's nice. We got like 2 big projector screens. And you can like put your stuff on. You can come and do whatever you want. You can have a blank canvas, or you know, we can partner and do events and stuff. So
Yeah, it's pretty big. When I went there, I didn't know what to expect because I hadn't been there before.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like a really, really, really big room. Then they got 2 big walls that they can project like on the screen.
good time.
That's fun. Because the promos I've seen, I'm like, wow, that literally gives me like big city energy, like New York. LA. You know, I'm like,
Thank
it's like,
you.
okay, we have something like that here. Okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy because not a lot of people know about places like that. So
yeah, and
put
we're
that out
fairly
there.
new. Like we had a lounge back in the day, a hookah lounge, and then
Ooh, the hookah, not the hookah.
She was an avid hookah lounge girl.
Hookah lounge.
We used to smoke hookah every.
We used to go all the time.
Yeah.
When we were freshly 18, we're like, yeah, we got the ID.
hookah,
Yeah, right.
It was fun.
hookah. That was our advertisement.
All right.
That
Hookah.
Come smoke your hookah.
Hookah. Yeah. Don't. Anyways, we went away from that.
Yeah. We have ADHD, by the way. It's bad.
is, yeah, girl. She's like, there you are. It's my group.
Yeah.
Okay, twin.
Yes. I feel like if you don't, like nowadays, I'm just like,
Right.
you got the problem.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. No,
Like,
seriously.
who doesn't have it?
You
these
kinda
days?
boring.
Seriously, yeah. For real.
And if you don't, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Just gotta be able to keep up.
you might not be.
You
Yeah.
just gotta be able to keep up with me because
We
It's
over
like,
here,
oh, I know you
over
have to. You have to go with the flow, girl.
And that's
You can't
why
go
full
with the flow.
circle makes sense to us.
Exactly. That's why we're like. So your studio, do you guys are you guys open 7 days a week? Like
So we're by book, like book by.
like
We
events?
can't. Yes.
Oh, okay,
whatever I'm
okay.
trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can go online, book. Most of our Saturdays and stuff are. I mean, shit. It's whatever. It's so we put some events together ourselves,
Oh, okay.
which is the R&B night,
Oh.
which is what else? Karaoke night and like.
Oh,
whatever.
you guys have full on karaoke too?
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Oh,
that's fun. That sounds so fun.
good time. We might need to stop by.
For real.
But yeah, so it's by appointment book. Come check out the space. The website is up online, totally active, so you can book your walkthrough if you want. You can book.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they can check it out if
7018.
see if they like it.
7018. Okay.
Yes. EP. I guess I could share the name.
Ooh.
Give us a little something.
Y'all a
Give us a
tea.
little something.
The album is officially called The Way.
The way.
The way.
Ooh.
Yes.
And you know what? I got to see album cover photos.
Oh, you did?
I sure
She helped me
did.
pick. She helped me pick.
Yep, I did.
How'd you see it?
When I went to Umber.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was working and I was deciding.
There's one word that I can tell you to describe it. Ethereal.
I knew
That
you
is
were
so.
gonna say that.
That is literally ethereal.
I
That's
knew you were
yep.
gonna say
One thing
that.
too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love.
I
I'm
just
excited.
love how soft-spoken you are, and like truly, I feel like your personality and like the way the energy you give off, it literally reflects in your music. Like,
Yes.
Thank
it
you.
literally is who you are.
Thank you.
In music form.
Thank
and
you.
I love that. I like that's my favorite type of music. Just like vibey.
It's also very like authentic.
Yeah.
Like it's very very authentic. I feel like, and even like your pictures and the stuff that I see on your Instagram, I'm like, ooh, this is like, it stands out.
Yes.
It really stands
Thank
out.
It's called
you.
unique.
Unique.
Being unique.
Absolutely.
And you know, those are the artists that, you know, once somebody finds you,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
it's
like
it's already yours.
Yes.
And
Yes,
like
it's
I'm so
already yours.
excited. I just know. You know,
It's-
I'm really shooting for that Grammy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
Yeah,
girl. When
it'll
you get
happen.
there,
When you get
it-
there, we're gonna be like,
we knew it. We called it from day when you heard. You heard
y'all
it
go look
first.
at episode.
Man,
You heard it here first.
Okay.
Do you feel like it was hard for you to find your own voice or like your style of music?
That's important.
Because I know you said at first you were a rapper.
Thinking of rapping,
Rap the
Yeah,
vibes.
sure. I think when it comes to like, it paired with the same time that I was coming into like my identity of who I am, because it's that young, early 20s, fresh in college, and I went to like I don't know if it probably does have something to do with it, but I went to, so I played basketball. Okay. I went to NEO first.
Okay.
Which was a 2-year, and then I went to Bartlesville, Oklahoma Wesleyan University.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me
I
tell
was like,
you.
I know a little bit. I know a little bit about that.
Oh, how much?
It's in the past.
It's like extremely religious. Like if religious,
wow.
It's literally a religious one. Yeah.
it's like on the spectrum of religious, there's like ORU, and then it like surpasses ORU,
Oh.
in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, it's super Christian, and like at that time I was going through my not only self discovery but spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
I was driving back to hit open mics,
Yeah,
coming into
yeah.
myself. So I think at the time, I would definitely say it was difficult. It wasn't because it was all at once,
Yeah.
and I remember there was a point in time where I was so overwhelmed because I'm at this extremely Christian college. I don't feel like I can talk to a lot of people because not a lot of people are on the wavelength. Like I'm deep into like metaphysics, studying all religions, like
I
deep
love
in it.
that.
And it was like so overwhelming. Like I remember like sitting in my bed and just bawling,
Oh my gosh.
just crying and crying and crying because I just felt alone in a lot
Yeah.
of it. So a part of that was definitely, all of that's intertwined with my music and discovering myself. I would say on stage, it wasn't as difficult
Yeah.
because I loved it.
It just came naturally.
yes,
to you.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Stage,
Yeah.
I loved expressing myself, being at open mics, freestyling with everybody. Like I just loved that. But then like once you get off stage and you get hit with the reality of like processing, okay, how do I want to be? Who am I? How do I want to present myself? What is the art? What, like it just became so much that I damn near had a whole mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Which is
I mean,
okay.
Which is
Yeah,
okay.
it's valid.
okay.
It's
Yeah, it's
valid.
Those
valid.
happen.
And it's
Yeah.
the truth.
Well, I
bring
think
you back
also
up.
like as an artist, like sometimes it's almost like you said a persona, right? Because you're thinking
yeah.
how, like you said,
How I
like
gotta
how am
present
I going
myself.
to present you? When you said that, I was like, ooh,
Yes.
never really thought.
Never
of that.
thought of it from that point
Yeah.
of view.
And,
Yeah,
like,
but that's a lot.
We're like kaleidoscopes. So like there's
Yeah.
all these different versions and personalities
Yes.
within myself.
Yes.
Yes.
Including the childhood ones.
Yes.
Including the teenage ones.
Yes.
Like so figuring out like which parts of those people I'm taking and presenting. But also like you said with the identity shit that I struggle with too. Like I'm adopted as well. So like I had like a lot to figuring out like identity.
Kind of like self-discovery. Yeah.
It was a lot. That time period was so beautiful, but also extremely overwhelming. Spiritually, emotionally, mentally.
Yeah.
That's gotta be.
But it was good too, though.
But then
It was,
all of those, like-
necessary.
Right.
Yeah.
And but then like all of those like it probably most likely inspired your music today, right? Like that's why you
100%.
put everything into it. So
100%. And then like even listening back, like you said, to that first album of like discovery and stuff, and I think like in one of the meditation things you can hear the other voice that's like talking shit. You know what I mean? So it's like
so
it's
creative.
the battle between
The two.
that still exists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still
like
completely
deep down
exists.
inside.
It's kind of like the as above, so below kind of thing, and like both sides are necessary, like the grit and the ego is necessary, but like not too much. You know? Like,
But they
Finding a
both
happy
have to
medium.
coexist in
Yes.
order for you to be who you are.
yeah, because I used to think we
Yes.
have to like kill our ego.
I
I went through that phase of like,
Yeah.
oh, ego death and da-da-da. But then
Yeah.
it's like, wait a minute, who gonna stand up for yourself?
Right.
Exactly.
Like, you better believe in yourself a little bit.
Yes, it has to be a good medium in order for it. They have to coexist. I always go back to like the yin and yang.
Oh,
Like you always have to have both in order for you to be okay.
Balanced.
Yeah.
necessary. That's like the essence of right now is like balance for me.
Ooh, I feel like that's like the theme this season I've been singing a lot.
Yes,
Balance.
it is.
Balance.
Good
Balance.
in that. What
Yes.
I'm like, it's so hard, but we have to do it.
Yeah.
We have to do it.
Sure.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
hard. It
Yes.
really is.
So
Like-
I'm sorry.
No,
So you've mentioned that you are a mom as well. How many kids do you have?
2 babies.
You have
2 baby girls.
2 girls.
baby
How old are they, if you don't mind me asking?
They are 4 and 2.
Oh, they're so
God.
little.
Okay,
so
small
cute.
babies.
and Azari.
Oh, wait, what's
Say it again.
Malaya
Malaya.
and Azari.
Azari. Oh,
Unique.
girl.
You guys, we sound
There
like
you
the girl from House Bunny where she's like, Malaya. Like, you know, after she
I
says
know,
the
yes.
names.
The pronunciation.
Yes, so that she remembers the names.
Yes. House
We're all
Bunny.
repeating it, like,
Those are so
names.
beautiful.
Thank you. I love
But I
my
expect
babies.
nothing less though from now on.
course,
Yes.
How beautiful is
Thank
that?
you. I love them so much. They're
Aw.
hilarious. I got a Pisces and a Sag.
Oh. Wait, what's your
What are you?
sign?
Sag.
Oh,
Okay.
Sagittarius.
All I know is I'm a
don't-
Leo.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's such a Leo thing to say. I always tell them that.
Like when people ask me,
Leos?
we're both Leos.
They're Leos. I'm an Aquarius.
You know what's the
Aquarius.
worst? We're August Leos.
We're August Leos.
That's the worst.
Every time people ask me like about
Hot-
signs,
I
I'm
know,
like,
like,
I don't
ready.
know. I'm like, all I know is I'm a Leo. And then they're like, what's your rising?
Yes,
I'm like, I
fire.
don't know.
We're fire heavy over here.
Fire? Is that what
What
fire
is
is?
it?
Leo is fire.
Air.
right?
I'm an air sign.
Aquarius.
Aquarius air.
Aquarius season.
Aquarius.
And I'm like an Aries moon, if you know all that shit.
I need to.
I
I,
really
want
wanna-
to figure mine out.
I really want to study
But
all
it's like,
that
how
too.
do you even know what your?
I
just
got
have
you.
I think you have to do
I got
birth,
you.
the
Yeah.
birth.
It's birth. You do
Time.
your birth time. You gotta
Time.
know your time,
Uh-huh.
your
Ooh, I don't know
location
that.
you were born,
Oh,
your
birth
name.
certificate.
Birth certificate.
Yeah.
Yep, check
You
out your
gotta
birth
check that,
certificate. I
Yes.
used to be like super anti-religious. Used
Yeah.
to be super anti-religious. Then I started realizing I was like, oh, not everybody's wrong. It's like you said, everybody's right.
Yeah.
Everybody, and like religion is just a form of worship.
Yes.
And so like, if you choose to worship that way, you choose to worship the Creator, God, universe, whatever, your way, and it keeps you from killing, stealing, destroying my shit.
It can be so
Praise
simple.
that.
I
It can be
love
so
that.
simple. It can
Praise
be
It's
so
literally
simple.
whatever you want to believe in, then like
Yeah.
that's fine. Like to each their own.
We
Yes.
always preach that, like on our
If
podcast.
it fills
at
your
least,
cup.
At least between us three, preach
Yeah.
that because that's just how we feel as
Yeah,
individuals. Like
personally.
at the end of the day, it's your own choice. I'm not gonna,
Yes.
look down on you because you choose to do that. But then
Yeah.
there are people out there that look down on you.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's like that's
I'm
just
like, come
right.
on, everybody's right.
It tells you
it's- yeah.
that
That
they're just.
conversion shit, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen so many horror stories about that.
Oh,
My
yeah.
therapist right now is Christian. I gotta let him like.
Gotta let it go.
It's so problematic, y'all.
You just gotta find someone that's the right fit for you. I feel like.
Yeah.
You do. It is so hard,
It is.
especially
No, it really
in
is.
the where we at the Bible
Bible
Belt.
Belt.
Bible Belt girl.
Girl, we talk about that.
We say that all the time.
That's why I always
we're
say,
not
like,
from here,
we
so,
belong in
yeah.
LA. We belong in, come on, we belong.
Yeah.
We're big city girls.
Come
more
on.
free spirited.
So when are we moving?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Hey, when you go, we go there.
Hey, come on, girl. And no shame to anybody that's
No,
super
yeah.
religious. I'm just saying that we're open to that, but just don't reverse
knock
it back.
other
Don't
people.
knock
Yeah.
other people
Yeah.
down just because we believe everything and you
Yeah.
don't. Like that's my biggest thing. Like just have respect for me as I have
Yes.
respect for you.
Absolutely.
You know,
That's the biggest thing.
right?
Respect goes a long way.
All right, so just kind of closing remarks. You have a EP coming up.
Ooh.
You're working on a lot of more lifestyle content things too. Just kind of letting your fans get to see you
Know
on a
who
more
you
personal
are.
level.
I love
So
that.
I'm excited
I
for
love
them to
that.
see
Yes.
Me
that.
too.
What are your social medias?
Yes,
and we will
add
put
our
it above
socials.
your head right here.
Yes.
What up? My social media is I am Ayilla, I.am.Ayilla. You can also just type in AYILLA on all streaming platforms, including the music ones. You know, tap
Thank
in.
you. Tap in.
Her music is so good.
Thank
I
you.
know, I love it.
Also, I'm finna, y'all need to go download Even Biz, okay? Hear me out. For independent artists, Even Biz.
Ooh, okay.
Even Biz, because the next EP will be released through Even Biz, which is a direct to consumer platform.
Ooh.
Which means I don't have to get paid pennies for my shit no more.
Oh,
You can just buy it for whatever
Directly.
price.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I said,
Unlike
let's say 15.
Even
other
Biz.
platforms that shall not be named.
Yes.
That shall not be.
You know?
It rhymes with Hotify.
Yeah, and trapple music.
Trapple music.
Yeah, so I do plan on releasing my next project on Even Biz. It
love
will later be released on all streaming platforms, but
Okay.
the kicker is you'll get 2 extra songs on Even Biz that nobody will ever get to hear on
there you
Instagram.
go.
Exclusive.
I love
you
it.
go.
You have to be part of the club.
And the more that Even Biz does well, you know, I might just
Stay
switch
there.
on
yeah.
over.
Yeah,
Completely.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's so educational. I love
We'll
that.
put all your ads right here
Yes.
and have
Please
more
do.
information.
Follow.
Yes.
You won't regret it.
Yes, please.
Get the
All
music
right.
through Even Biz.
So there is a
Speed round.
Speed round. It's a new game. It's
Look at her face every
it's a
time.
game we do with our guests on the show lately.
Okay.
It's just basically a speed round of like small funny
Like
questions.
this or that type of thing.
Yeah, and then you just have to answer as quickly as you can.
Cool. Great. No pressure.
Are you ready? This is called Quick Questions with 116th Hotline.
Sneakers or heels?
Jeez, damn. Lately, I'm gonna go with heels.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, love that.
I'm in
Love
my
that.
heel era.
Are you a warm weather or cold weather type of girl?
Warm.
Warm. I knew
Catch
it.
me at the
I knew
beach.
it. Yes.
Oh, I was just gonna say ocean or like mountains, like hiking.
Ocean. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, look at this. I came ready.
I know. I feel like we all thrive in the summer and warm
know.
The sun
weather.
just came out.
Honestly.
Literally.
Honestly.
Yes, no, for real.
Yes.
Would you do a Target or Walmart?
Come on, Target.
Target.
Come on, Target. I think these pants, matter of fact.
Do a gold or silver?
Gold.
Gold.
Okay.
Us too.
Gold's my
Susanna is
favorite.
kind of
Silver
versatile,
really
though.
now.
She goes between both.
Now you do mixed metals.
Yeah. Mixed metals.
Okay, so Burger King or McDonald's?
McDonald's.
What's your go-to coffee order? Do you drink coffee?
Yes, it'll be a golden latte at Black Wall Street Liquid Lounge. Check them out
Ooh.
on Greenwood. On
Hold on
Greenwood.
now.
Have you? Hold on. Side note. Have you been to Fixin's?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't
so
been there,
good.
but my friend
Val,
has been telling me to
You're
go.
so fake
I
for not
haven't-
going.
Wait, you
me
still
and
haven't?
I
Sadie,
haven't been
me and Sadie
there.
have both been like a
Girl,
couple times.
I still
yeah.
have been. Gabby's been
good.
trying to get me.
I've
so
been
bad.
there
I
like
just
3
haven't
times.
It's good.
Brian and I
It's
still
good.
need to go get it. It's so good.
Food.
Yeah,
I don't know
it's authentic.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
East side or west side? Well, East Coast or West Coast?
Oh, that's tough. West.
For real? Okay.
Yeah.
I
I'd
thought
say
you meant
West.
East
I'd
or
say
West
you-
Tulsa. I was about to
I
say.
know. I was like,
Honey.
North.
I was like, yeah, you give off West Coast vibes.
Yeah, I can see more. Yeah,
I love grass and shit.
Yeah, me too.
You know, I
More like
learned.
tropical
And I love
ish.
New York. Shout out to New York.
I
A
was
lot of
gonna
my fans are there.
I was gonna say, yeah, I can see you in New
Ooh.
York.
I
as a
can see
Yorkie,
New
too.
York.
So, like, are you
like
city
grass.
girl or like country girl?
I like to be city.
Both. But
like
then you like the.
I'm a country
suburban.
ass girl.
Yeah.
I'll go fishing. I know how to fish. I know how to clean a fish.
Yes,
I know how
yes.
to start fires and shit.
Yeah. It's like I like the city, but then sometimes I'm like, ugh, I just
Like,
don't want to be
it's a little
around
too
it.
busy
I
sometimes.
want the middle. I
That-
want like
Yes.
I want the house on the 7 acres and
Yeah.
a pond that's 30 minutes from town.
Yes,
Yeah.
that
No,
that
that's the
part.
perfect
Yes,
Yes.
accurate.
Oh,
No.
pants or skirts?
Pants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I loved skirts more though. Like I like in another.
In another life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working up to skirts.
Maybe
I'm
a
in my
different
dress
era.
season. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in my dress season right now. I'm not in
There you
dress
go.
right
Dresses.
now, but
Yes.
Okay.
yeah.
I want to know your opinion.
Ooh.
Which one?
Oh Lord.
Kendrick Lamar
Or J. Cole.
Don't disappoint me, girl. I'm just kidding. That's a hard one. Even I'm
I
like
say
contemplating.
hard.
I say Metro Boomin.
No, I'm gonna have to say
I'm contemplating.
for me, I'm gonna have to say J. Cole.
You know,
I
as
have
much
to
as
say
as big of a J. Cole fan I am, lyrically, I have to go with Kendrick.
Wow. Says the
Hey, get that tattoo taken
I'm
off.
sorry, honey.
I need to go squash this out with humble.
I say J. Cole.
But then I still love
I don't
J.
listen
Cole,
to rap, so
I
Yeah.
would say like because I have an in at a certain location, I have to go with Kendrick.
Ooh.
Not because I have an in, but because that side has shown me a lot of love.
Okay.
So I would
Yeah,
say
yeah.
Kendrick. Fuck, that's tough though.
Right?
That's
God, can I still-
Okay, how about
Can I just be neutral?
yes.
Fine.
how about
Fine.
Nicki Minaj or Meg Thee Stallion?
Nikki.
Nikki.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I'm a Nikki girl.
The things you lied about.
But I don't know all the shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know all the beef. I don't know the drama.
See,
I don't
yes.
even look at that
Just-
shit. I just know
You
Nikki
just listen to
for
Music
bars.
wise,
It's
Yeah.
just
bars
noise.
wise,
Music-wise,
music-wise.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nikki's like one of the best female
I mean,
rappers.
and she's been in the game, like, you know.
She's breaking
She's
barriers.
like the female
Yeah.
Wheezy.
Yeah.
No,
Literally.
literally. Yeah.
That's true.
He's like in my top 5. Wheezy and Nikki, I think, are in my
Yeah.
top 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the bars rappers.
Rappers.
Right,
Yes.
right, rapper wise.
Yeah,
I love
because
that.
yeah,
Oh, I love
bars
that.
for days.
Who's your favorite modern, like, current rapper right now?
See,
Like, if you were to go in the car, like, pick out
Your
like, a
main
rap
go-to
song.
I'm picking Drake.
Drake.
honestly. Which is crazy because I just
I mean,
Do you love
you can
me?
never go wrong with
I
Drake.
love Drake.
You
Yeah.
can never go wrong
I
with him.
love.
Who doesn't love Drake?
I love Drake.
Who doesn't love Aubrey Graham?
come
Aubrey.
on. Come on. I think the haters don't. Which is
See?
Yeah.
men.
Men.
I'll be honest, men don't fuck with Drake.
You know who don't?
They don't.
The tweeters and the leaders.
Oh,
The
oh.
tweeters and the leaders.
He said it himself.
Yeah,
He said it himself.
that's quoting Drake.
Oh,
I-
okay.
yeah.
I was like, damn,
That's a good ass line.
She was like, "Ooh, nah." Drake said that.
But
You
it's
have
like-
anything to say before
Thank
we
you.
close out?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you for
We've been
joining
looking
us.
forward to.
Thank you for being here and sticking with us through our technical difficulties. We had some throughout this episode.
Like 10 probably.
Yes, but
okay.
you know, it's all part of the process and the journey, like we were saying, beauty and the struggle. So
Absolutely.
very thankful that you're here and stuck with
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
I feel like we were definitely meant to meet
I'm
you.
telling
Yeah.
you, like
The
we're
vibes,
gonna
the energy.
follow you through your entire journey. I'm so
Yes.
excited for
I'm
that.
excited.
Wow,
Yeah,
me
I'm
too.
excited as well.
It's such
Yay.
a beautiful.
Thank you for being
And
here.
the sponsors need to get up on the
Thank you. Hurry up.
Okay.
We done named like
We
what,
gotta-
5?
Yeah, and we got a certain drink in our cup, but we can't even tell them
Exactly.
because they don't want to.
Exactly. Hey, she's gonna help us stand on
She
business.
knows. She
Stand
knows.
on business. Stand on business. No drewski.
Oh my God, we could have been records.
Could have been records.
Thank you so much for being
Yes,
here.
thanks
Thanks
for
for
being
opening
here.
up and letting us showcase you
was
with
so
the
much
world.
fun.
And
Yes.
you
for
know,
having
so
me.
excited, of
I'm
course.
so excited.
And I'm so excited for the fans to know you
Yes.
more
Yes.
on a personal
Introduce
level.
you to a new audience.
Yes.
Like, I'm so happy for
I'm
that.
I'm
excited.
excited and I appreciate you.
Of course.
Yes.
As always, we upload a new episode every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can follow us at 116th Hotline up here. And you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, thank you to our wonderful
Yes,
guests.
ma'am.
Our last guest, you know why? You
Of the
saved the best
season
for last.
Don't
Heard
thank
her
you.
first.
Bye,
See you
guys.
guys next week.
See ya.
Bye.